Then do one of these. That did not work. Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'll be retrofitting cruise control onto my Subaru Legacy. Should be quite a simple thing to do. I need a cruise control stalk, like so, and I need a 4-pin, bring it into the camera, a 4-pin brake pedal switch, effectively. The wiring is there in the car already for this switch, even though it's probably going to have a 2-pin and one on. It's hidden up in the dashboard. And the plug that this connected to is also already there, so this makes it a really easy install. I tell that with a pinch of salt. Awkward as hell to get to the brake pedal switch with all the interior in, hence why we're doing this one partway through another video, because I've got the interior out, so it makes life easier for me to get onto the floor to have a look up for the switch. So without further ado, let's have a look at one, trying to fit this switch first, and then 2, we'll fit the stalk afterwards. So let's have a look, see if we can find where. Alright, with a bit of luck, you can see that there is the current brake switch. I need to disconnect that with the 14mm nuts that are on it and take that plug off, and then we can get that one out of the way, and then we can replace it with the new one, and then I just need to find the new plug, which is in there. So here is the switch. Just disconnected it. Look inside there, you'll see that, I think you can see it, a bit of daylight on it. You'll see that it's 2 pins, and the new one is slightly bigger, as you can see. There's 4 pins. So while it's off, I'm going to see if I can find the plug, and I'll be able to show you the plug. I have found the plug. Relatively easy to find when you have no chair to lie on, and you can stretch out across the whole car. So bear that in mind. Maybe take your driver's seat out, take 4 bolts and a plug. Torch is on. Try and get in here. There. Somewhere on the middle of your screen now, you should see a black plug taped up out of the way with 4 pins. That is the plug I need. And this one hanging below it is the one I've disconnected. So I need to pull that one down, pin the new switch. Hey presto, the switch is done for cruise control. I tried to film it, but there's not enough room with the camera and my big head. So with a bit of luck now. But let's turn this camera right round, excuse all the noises. Turn the camera around, up there, in the middle of the screen, top of the brake pedal, so brake pedal there, all the way up. You can see the switch. I think it's all the way up there. There we go. Switch, and it's all plugged in now. So the next step of the cruise control is to get the stalk in. But I'm going to put some more of the interior in for the other video to make life easier to do the stalk. So now we can do the next step of the install. Now I have an interior to sit in. See the other video for that. We have to take the airbag out to set the wheel off, because we've got this trim here. I'm going to have to cut the trim for a hole for the stalk to stick through. And you can't do it like this in situ. Well, it's best not to anyway. So for the sake of disconnecting the battery, taking the airbag out, and obviously undoing the wheel and taking the wheel off, that's what we're going to do, because that way we can do it properly. We do it in the garage and make it nice and neat. We can install the cruise control stalk in the wheel whilst in the garage, then we can come back and just connect it up and fit it. So the first things first, airbag safety, disconnect the battery. So the bonnet's popped, so we're going to disconnect the battery, and then we can safely remove the airbag. So I'll switch to the lovely fetching head mount, because why not? Hands free and all that. Now, I believe I pulled the screws back far enough. There we go. And then this one should come out this side. There we are, you see. Now we have the electrical connections. So we'll pop that little tab out,
and then we're going to just pull that spacing underneath like that, disconnect the squib. That disconnects the detonator charge, or whatever the correct terminology for the little explosive inside the airbag. We'll put that safe. Now, when you're storing your airbags, you should always put the airbag so if it was to go off upwards, that means it will lift. If it somehow detonated, it will jump up in the air a little bit. Whereas if you turned it around and put it down, it will then fire this up as a bullet and will go a lot higher. Now, if you want to make a fun video, that's a very fun thing to do. But if you want to store it safe in your garage or in your house, store it that way around. So here we have the plug, or the wires for obviously the airbag. That is obviously for the horn. There's a fuse in it. I don't know if that's OEM or not, but that plug there is for cruise control. And there's a screw hole there and a screw hole there for the cruise control, but we need to trim this plastic to be able to fit it. So I can't do it while it's in situ, so we're going to have to take the wheel off. So I brought the wrong size socket, so I'm going to get the right size socket, because it looks like it could be like 19 or something like that, and we'll get it off, and it'll take a bit of shaking and a bit of banging, and we'll get it off, all on video. So I have a 17. It wasn't as big as I actually thought it was. We can hopefully now just undo this. Thought about using my impact gun, but it shouldn't really be needed. See, not needed. And what I'm going to do is wind it so it's loose, but still on quite a few threads, and then do one of these. That did not work. Oh, that did. There we go. Oh, oh yeah, what I should say is before you fully take it off the wheel, if you can see me on there, before you take the wheel fully off, make sure your front wheels are straight, which my front wheels are straight. As you can see, the wheel is straight. It's still on the splines currently, but the wheel is straight. Otherwise, when you put it back on, it's going to be slightly out, but it is straight. So you can undo this. Save that, because you're obviously going to need it. Put that in there. If that comes off, that will make life a little bit easier. Oh, see, I'll leave it. Oh. Well, looks like I'm going to have to fix this problem. Oops. Why has it done that? That should all be right, and then I need to very carefully do this now. Set that off. Lovely. Lovely. Come back in 17 hours when I figure out how to wrap this back in. That was probably one of the worst things I've ever done. Just try and put that back together. It wasn't very clipped in, let's to say the least, but it was getting my mind round the white, because it's ribbon cables. One had to go one way, and towards the end one had to go the other way, and then you got the sleeve on the out. Yeah, to get the sleeve on the inside, sleeve it, and get it all in, and oh, it was a pain in the ass. I have a feeling that's probably been off before. Anyway, the wheel. You have to make sure you put it right as well. I just remember, because it will stop you going too far one way because the ribbons are pulled tight. So it's very central, and it's perfectly correct. I have checked it. It's smooth, but I don't want to keep touching it because I kind of just want to. It's a pain in the ass. It's very greasy as well. Here we have one wheel. The trim is held on with. Is it just 2 screws now? Maybe two screws and some clips. So I can take the trim off, but I'm going to need to set this all into the garage anyway, because I'm going to have to cut it up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the battery back on so I can lock my car up, and then we'll take this in the garage and start trimming it. So that's the next step. And then once that's on, it'll work. I've actually just filmed this part, but my camera decided to crash. So what I've just done is I've removed 2 little screws, one from there, pried it out of the clip here, and that freed off the trim. on the wheel. Now, looking at where this could fit, it could kind of fit diagonally across there, and I have a feeling it possibly does. But there's no slot, because obviously there's them three shapes there. There's no slot for it to drop into. So I'm going to have to use my little Dremel and cut out a slot. So I'm going to cut it out. I've just connected my Dremel up, I've already lost it. It's on the chair behind me. Cut it out and slide it through and then see how it fits. Then I thought originally it screwed in, I don't. I think it squashes. I think it sits on there and squashes into the back of there. But we'll find out once I've cut my little slot. Yeah, just be careful with obviously the plastic, because the plastic, when it's first hot, it's like liquid lava and will burn you. Didn't take much off, but we'll see. Right, well, we're through. We're through, but we're about 1 centimetre off. So we need to take 1 centimetre off there, that section, to drop it down. So if I mark it with how far away we are, with that far off, so we're coming down to here. Trimmy, trimmy. If I ever get the chance to buy the trim, I will do, because obviously it'll finish the car off, but for now I like the DIY approach. Let's have another look then. Where did I put it? There it is. Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yes, look. We're in. So move it up. Huh. Can't actually set it, so I can set it up and you take a bit more out there because I can't actually pull it down. And does it actually go back? Should it go back? No, it does go forwards, which it currently does. So it does go forwards, goes up, doesn't go down, so I need to trim a little bit more out. Other than that, I'm going to trim that little bit out, tidy it up, I'll stick the sanding bit on. It's really good, I'm happy with that. So the next step then, is now it's in place, is to clip this back on with difficulty. There we go, that's on. The wires in an okay position. Put the screws in. Put the other screw in. Now, I didn't get any screws with this. The guy gave me screws for everything else except for this. So I'm not sure if there should be screws in it or not. I would say there probably should be. Or is that just because I made a hole too big? I'm gonna see if I can find 2 little screws that I could just screw through the metal into there, just to help hold it. And there we have 2 little self-tapping screws. They were like meant to be there, by the looks of it. Put the wire in so that can make the plug. That's it. We have cruise control. Well, with a stalk. I'm gonna get this bad boy fitted back in the car. And the only way to test it is drive it, because I don't think any lights are going to come on the dashboard. But sweet, get this back on. Yeah, back on head cam, so fingers crossed everything is good. We are ready to fit. So I just need to feed these wires back through here. That's like so. Put that back at the top. Makes it a little bit difficult. Put that there. Put that there. Put that at the top. Right. Now I need to line the wheel up. So I think that's where I took it off. I'm happy with that. So we have the new cruise control plug, which plugs in that way. There we are, look. It's just like it was made to be here. That's for the airbag, that's for the airbag, that's for the horn, sorry, not the airbag. So we need the nut. I'm going for the airbag. No, we need to put the nut on first. Do that nice and tight. Get our socket, wherever it is, and our extension. FT, because you don't want it to be coming off in your face. That'll do. Give it a wiggle. Nice, checking the whole car. So we're going to want the T30 and the airbag. Let's push that screw back a bit. That'll make life easier. Well, that'll make it life easier and hard at the same time. Hold on. Right, we'll push it back so it's straight. There we go. I forgot to disconnect the battery again. Let's go do that. I was like, the lights flashed at me, and then when I start connecting the horn on, it's going to short out and do the horn, and we don't want to do that. So okay, battery disconnected. We can now connect things back on. So we do the little spade for the horn. That missed. That's went down the rubber bit. Hold on. There we go. Spade for the horn. Black for black. Orange to orange. Press it in, press it in. Job is a good one. Drop that back in place. Like so. And then, not that I think you'll be able to tell on the head cam, but now we'll just screw it in. In fact, I know it's already biting because I can't pull it back off. So that's good. That's one done then. Look how good this looks. That's tight. And then do the second one. Oh, one you can get into the screw. This one was difficult first time round. There we go. Because it's got a chamfered end, it should just find its target. There we go. We're in. Right, just need to put the battery back on, set the home tricky clocks on that back up, technically go for a drive and see if it works. I don't think any lights are going to come on the dashboard because that's what I've read online, but it should still work. but we'll see.
So it's time to test the cruise control. Now, the lights do not work on the dashboard, which is what happens when you install this cruise control. I don't know if it's a change of clocks thing or what, but we're doing just over 30. If I press cruise control button on the side, that turns cruise control on. Then if I press it down to set it, my feet are now off the pedals, and we are still doing, well, I sped up a little bit from 30 by the time I press the button. Probably one of the slower times and quieter times I've gone through this tunnel. But cruise control is now set. I can cancel it by either putting the clutch in, pressing the brake, or I can pull on the actual stalk. There we go, you can see it. Pull on the stalk, and cruise control is now off. No lights on the dashboard, like I say, but the functionality works. So we officially have cruise control in Steve the Subaru. How awesome is that? So I've just got back after doing a little bit of a test run to make sure everything works and everything is fine. I just wanted to quickly show you obviously the stalk. Hopefully it's all clear on the screen at the moment in time. So to activate the cruise control, you need to press the button in. Now when you actually choose a setting or something, it will do something. So obviously once you've turned it on, you can then press down and that will set cruise control going. If you press the accelerator, if you press the clutch or the brake, or you pull it to cancel, you can then push it up to resume the speed that you had. So you had to set it 30, but then you had to brake something, you can knock it up to resume. That resume it back at 30 miles an hour. You can also hold this and it will speed up, and you can also hold that and it will slow down. The one thing I don't know is what the minimum speed is that it comes on at. It doesn't come on at 20, but it's on by 30, so it's somewhere in the middle, or it's bang on 30. That's it for this video. There's 2 videos been filmed whilst doing this video. Hopefully the other one will be out at a very similar sort of time. Thank you very much for watching. Obviously like and subscribe as always, and if you really want to follow the channel and support it, by all means become a patron. The format of these videos will be changing soon. There'll be new people coming on board, one under the name of Nick, who you've already seen by now, and another one called Warren. So there'll be a couple of extra people, and we're going to start doing some different styles of videos and more fun, hopefully. I think it'll be fun. Anyway, thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Have a good one. Bye bye.